Welcome to Introduction to Coding using the BBC Microbit. Today in our first lesson we're going to write a program called Hello World. It's a very simple program that most coders learn to write as their first piece of code. It simply prints out the words Hello World to the screen. In our code we're going to make it so that it prints out Hello World on the Microbit screen when the user presses the A button. So let's get started. So first we're on the Microbit website. We're going to go to Let's Code. And then we're going to scroll down to the JavaScript blocks editor and click Let's Code here. And now this will open up a blank new project. So here it's opened up the simulator. So this simulator is great for testing out your code before you put it on the Microbit. But for now, we're just going to hide it. So there's a button down here that you can press. If it's already hidden, it will look like this. You can always bring it back by clicking the button again. Now the first thing we're going to do is change the name of the program. Just call it Hello World. It doesn't actually matter what you name it, but it's best to name it something that makes sense and describes what the program does. Then we're going to remove these two default blocks that the program gives you. So to get rid of these, you can either click on them, hold it down, and drag it over to the menu, and you'll see a trash can appear. And then you let go, and it just disappears. The other way of deleting them is to right-click, go to Delete Block. Now that we've deleted those, we're going to add in some code to make the Microbit to do what we want. So we want the user to press the A button and then for some text to come on the screen, for some writing to come on the screen. So we're going to go to Input. Inputs are all the things that we can do to the Microbit to make something happen. So we can press the buttons on it, we can shake it, we can move it around, turn it upside down, and all of these things can make different code happen. For now, we just want a button press. So we're going to click on Input, and then go to this On Button A Pressed. It's another way of saying when the user presses button A. We're going to click on it and drag it onto the screen, and then let go where we want it to be. Now, any other blocks of code that we put inside this pinky purple On Button A Pressed will only happen when the user presses button A. So now we're going to go back to the menu and click on Basic. We're going to choose Show String. A string is just a line of writing. So we're going to hold that one down and drag it out. And we're going to move it up until it's right underneath the On Button A Pressed. And you should see that part of the pink block turns yellow. And when that happens, we can let go and it clicks into place. Now we're just going to change the text here to say Hello World, because that's what we want it to say. If you want, you can make it say Hello World Holly, say Hello World Mum, Hello Mum, whatever you want, but we're going to say Hello World today. And there you go, that is your first piece of code written. And that is a fully working program. So we're going to test it out in the simulator now. So we're going to come down to the button here, press that button. And now this is just a representation of the Microbit. So if you hover, you should see these bits all change slightly when you hover over them. So if we click on A, there you go, there's Hello World printing across the screen. Now to get that onto your Microbit, you need to first save it. So come down here and save, and this saves the code onto your computer. So you navigate to a folder where you want to save it, create a new folder, I'd suggest for all your Microbit code, and save it here. And then you'll need to go to File Explorer and copy that file from the place we just saved it onto the Microbit drive. When you've got your Microbit plugged into the computer, it should automatically bring up the File Explorer, and Microbit will have its own drive there somewhere, and you just need to copy that file across onto the Microbit. And when that's copied over, that's your first piece of code done. Now you should go and press button A and make sure that it's working as you expected. Well done.